don't talk theory. I don't talk hyperbole. I don't talk opinion. Nothing I talk is anything but evidence-based.
During the G-Circle retreat in Atlanta, I had the pleasure and the honor of listening to Mr. Shaan Rais. He will not only impact your organization, but he will elevate your team to another level.
When you change you, when you put you into the equation, the whole system is different. I guarantee you, you got the right thing. You are the right person. If you can present yourself in the best way possible, there's no negotiation.
His energy is infectious, and I have so many takeaways from the presentation that I can't wait to get started and implement them today to see the result.
What you're looking at right now is the new face of leadership. I chose to go the route of SOE, standards of excellence. So I help people put zeros behind their numbers. I help people move up in or out of their organization and get paid their annual income monthly, their monthly income weekly, and their weekly income daily. I promise you, if you follow me at all, you're gonna wanna use something to write with. CSA first, CSA. Clarify, simplify, and amplify. Clarify, simplify, and amplify. It starts with a decision. Who do you wanna be and what do you wanna do? Who do you wanna be? You have to define that. If you don't know, then it's vague and it'll never be clear. The problem that we have is clarity. We walk into an organization happy to be there, happy that they accepted us, but we don't have a clear goal. That's why people stay in the same organization year after year after year, go to the same vacation spots with the same people and talk the same amount of nonsense around the same water cooler. So when I go into an organization and someone says they've been here for 20 years and they're still around $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, I'm like, whew, it's chilly. It's a little bit cold when I know that all it takes for you to raise your prices, whether it's inside or outside of an organization, is self-belief and dedication. Brand you and not what you do. So when I meet people, I ask people, tell me a little bit about yourself, and they immediately tell me what they do. That's not who you are. Branding is who you are. Marketing is how people find out about you. So when you say, I'm a photographer, you just lumped yourself in with a million other photographers. What's special about you? Why should I work with you? I don't need a hand with a camera. I need a man with a story, a woman with a goal, a vision, someone with an idea of what they want to be and who they want to impact in their lives. That's what moves me. We know where we belong, whether we're in that seat or not. We heard the word legacy and we were pulled to come. I flew in last minute. Let's go. Leadership, legacy, love. Whew, I gotta be there. So what happens in marketing is when you say, I am you put yourself in what we call a red sea. You're now fighting against a million competitors with a million different things. Clarify. Who are you? What do you stand for? And then simplify it. Don't make it 10 things. Bruce Lee said, I do not fear the man who has thrown 10,000 kicks. He says, I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. You can have the most mouth-watering steak that the world has ever seen, but if you try to position it or place it in a vegan neighborhood, you make no money. Who are you trying to market to? Sometimes we don't support each other. Sometimes you got to go outside of your community, outside of your neighborhood, outside of your phone book to find someone who will support you. So if your business is hurting, think about the place that you're trying to move, whatever it is that you're moving, and the people that you're trying to sell to. You want to become the OVO. The OVO is the only viable option in your vertical. The only viable option in your vertical. We're not here for competition. We're here for domination. We're here for domination, period. And if you feel differently, you're probably in the wrong room. Is anybody ready for the fifth one? Are you ready for the fifth one? Might want to capture this. Might want to capture this. For God's sakes, man, your prices we should stand out because of price. Some people look for the lowest price. You're making a big mistake because you're defining yourself. Your success comes from mindset and perception. If you're competing over the lowest price, there's a problem. Be the face of change that you want to see. Stop asking questions and start giving demands. Train people. I'm going to leave you with this. We train people how to treat us when we meet us based on how we treat ourselves. Brand you and not what you do. Thank you. I said Shaan Rais. I'm proud. I said Shaan Rais. Leadership is not the brand they made for us.
Listen, he brought fire, heat. He didn't hold back.
20 years down the line, what I could sell, why not serve first? Service over salary. Branding like a leader closes the gap for people who want branding. Speaking like a leader closes the gap for people who are nervous about speaking. If Steve Jobs would have speculated, we wouldn't have Apple.
He changed lives. He helped people open up their business and start their business.
We are the brand. Some people say, Shaan, should I quit my job? Mentally, yes.
As a speaker too, to be able to learn from him and watch him and you know, game respects game. And I want to have that much game someday.
The right client, pay $500,000 for what you do. You have to be bold in your beliefs.
He has been an amazing asset to this event and a pleasure to work with. Very captivating, collaborative, worked very well with the audience.
I want to help you. Put a 0 behind your number, right?
The session was great. How he is online, virtually, he is even more phenomenal in person.
Be the face of change that you want to see. Stop asking questions and start giving demands.
The entire team has just been absolutely incredible. They are a joy to work with. They go above and beyond.
Give yourself a round of applause. Yes, yes, yes. The reason why I did this and what I do is help leaders to become brands and brand themselves. You train people how to treat you like how you treat yourself. I teach authenticity marketing. If people can take advantage of you, they will in your personal or professional existence.
My biggest takeaway just from day one is you are the brand. I would recommend it to anybody that's really looking to build a personal brand.
Just the brand in general has changed my life. I've grown so much since I've been a part of this.
I see myself in what he does, and I believe in it just as much as I believe in myself.
How do you close? How do you really get closure? How do you lock someone in? How do you get the pen to take place? How do you get the signature to take place? And for the pen to work, your mind has to work. When I say your mind has to work, your belief set has to work. Your mindset has to work. You have to know that it's possible. And when I say that it's possible, that you are possible, you have to believe and know within your core being that you are possible, that all the things that you want are possible, that all the things that you see in your mind's eye are possible. The pen just locks them in. The close, when someone says yes, when someone agrees, that's just confirmation. But for confirmation to take place, there first has to be contextual thought. Contextual thought. Not just abstract thought. It's abstract when you say, I want to make more money. That's abstract. Contextual is a specific number, a specific amount. The pen makes it concrete. The pen is what makes it concrete and writes it into existence. So you don't want to be so abstract. You want to come back to reality. Come back to reality. Go from conceptual to contextual.
I'm Jackie Miller, and I was really drawn to Shaan's personality from the moment that I did the Branding Like a Leader challenge. This was the free challenge that he offered. And I'm so glad that he offered it because I joined the class and I was blown away. First of all, by his giving personality. For me, it was the personality that really drew me in. But then as he was sharing his wealth of knowledge, I realized that there was so much that I didn't know. I already knew there was a lot I didn't know, but there was so much that I didn't know. And he was just freely giving this information. It was evident that he really wanted to help people. And as somebody who likes to help people, I connected with that. And then I was able to connect not only with Shaan, but then with his team, with Junior and with Jason, Mr. B, and just the entire team has just been absolutely incredible. They are a joy to work with. They go above and beyond. One day, something had come up and Junior he texted me just to see how I was doing. And that really touched my heart. So that relational piece is there. So if you were having any doubts about what Mr. Shaan Rais and his team with the brand can offer you, let me let you know. It is a treat and it is a joy, and you will not be disappointed.
The reason why I did this and what I do is help leaders to become brands and brand themselves. You train people how to treat you by how you treat yourself. I teach authenticity marketing. If people can take advantage of you, they will in your personal or professional existence.
My biggest takeaway just from day one is you are the brand. I would recommend it to anybody that's really looking to build a personal brand.
Just the brand in general has changed my life. I've grown so much since I've been a part of this.
I see myself in what he does, and I believe in it just as much as I believe in myself.
Hey guys, welcome. We are in a phenomenal place right now. We are in a phenomenal, listen, hotels are funny. Let me just say that to you. Phenomenal morning, everybody. Hotels are funny when you're moving, when you're speaking, when you're traveling. Trust me, timing is different, right? Timing is different. Situations are different. Wi-Fi is different. The hotel concierge service is different. You got to be ready for this stuff, guys. You got to be ready. You got to be able to adapt. So listen, guys, I am so excited and so pleased to be here with you today. You know my name. I am Shaan Rais. I'm just a kid from Harlem who God chose to show his favor and mercy through. And it is an honor, a duty, a privilege, and a blessing. I will not be joined this morning by Junior Frederick, and that is absolutely fine. Right. What I want to do is walk with you for a moment, just kind of one-on-one, and let you know a couple things about what we have going on. Number one, the Brand You at a Zero Challenge. Brand You at a Zero Challenge. Listen, what does it mean when I say at a zero? As you probably noticed, I've added a zero to my travel schedule. I've added a 0 to my travel schedule, which means something specifically. I've added a 0 to my speaking engagements. Very important part of your business, growing your business. You have to be able to speak. You must be able to speak. And this is why we teach the branding, the coaching, the closing, the speaking, the marketing. If you're not marketing, who are you targeting? No one. No one. If you're not speaking, who are you reaching? No one. No one. And if you don't have a personal brand, who are you connecting with? Absolutely no one. Listen, it is always my privilege to talk to you. It is always my privilege to help you. It is always my privilege to reach out to you and connect with you to help you build your impact, income, and independence. 3 things: time freedom, money freedom, and the freedom to reach people, guys. The freedom to touch people. Why? Because you have what we call the 3 E's: the education, the experience, and the expertise. You deserve, this is what I believe. I believe that you deserve to be able to reach people. I believe that you deserve to be able to spin the globe. This is what I used to think about when I was young. Spin the globe and just pick a spot. Spin the globe and just stop at a point on the globe where you could say, okay, let's go. I want to go see the world. I want to go travel. And I believe that you do too. And if you don't, then you just don't know yet. If you don't, you just don't know what you don't know. I guarantee you that when you begin to travel, you will absolutely love it. This is the deciding factor, though. I know that if you do not add value to people, then your vacation will be cut short. And I also know this: your travel and your impact will be impacted by the level of value that you provide to others. Very simple. If you want to continue traveling, you need to continue adding value. And in order for you to continue adding value, you have to continue adding value to you, which means you have to be learning. You have to be learning and you have to be earning. And if you're not, then you're going to be in trouble. All right. So you're going to be with me for the rest of the hour, guys. Sorry for the late start. Like I said, travel is interesting. Time differences are interesting, and hotels are different. Service, everything is super interesting, super different. And that's what keeps you alive. That's what keeps you alive. That's what keeps you excited. Okay. So stick around, stay tuned, and we'll be right back on this edition of the $1 Billion Breakfast with the Brand. Let's grow. It's very important that you know yourself to the highest degree possible, because it's through knowing ourselves that we're able to know other people. You are the most important person in the room, and the better that you know yourself, the better that you're able to communicate to others. So you're not only playing the game knowing who you are, but you're also playing the game knowing who everyone else is, so that you're not playing blind.
He's extremely engaging with people. He has a fantastic smile, and he's just very high energy person.
This is called leadership development. So we have to be independently knowledgeable and considerate to know who we are, so we can more effectively know who other people are. As the leader, it's your responsibility to allocate resources in the right places. If you don't know how to communicate effectively, you're losing the battle. Let's get into the content, guys. Super simple, super simple. The things that I see entrepreneurs struggle with. You might want to write this down, but you know it already by heart. The things that I see entrepreneurs struggle with most: confidence, leadership, personal brand. Confidence, leadership, personal brand. However, the symptoms of those struggles don't show up the same way. So what do I mean by that? I mean the symptoms of lack of confidence don't show up as just lack of confidence. They show up as lack of sales, lack of economic flow. The other way that leadership, confidence, and personal brand show up, the lacks and the gaps in your confidence, leadership, and personal brand show up as lack of capital, lack of clients. Lack of capital, lack of clients. Let's make this interactive. Since Junior Frederick isn't with me, I want to know who's in the chat, who's present with me. Okay, great. So I see Michelle, I see Shade. Listen, if you're also in this room, put a 1 in the chat. Let me know that you exist, right? Because if you're not present, I think I saw the gratuitous. Okay, so I know who that is. Phenomenal morning, phenomenal morning. If you're also on this call, put a 1 in the chat. Let me know that you exist. All right. Confidence, leadership, personal brand. When you are having struggles in those areas, what it shows up as is lack of capital and lack of clients. So why do you make that, how do you make that analogy? How do you make that connection? I make that connection, guys, because you're not telling enough people about what you do. And that's a confidence issue. Phenomenal morning. That's a confidence issue. You're not telling every single person that you know. So we did something in the $1 billion brand mastermind in Myrtle Beach. I told everybody, take out your phone and call people. This is your best friend, guys. And I don't mean because of YouTube, and I don't mean because of whatever games it is that you play. I'm not saying this because of reels and things to watch. I'm talking about what you can do with this phone, what you must do with this phone. You must connect with people. You must connect with people. So, all right, main deficiencies: confidence, leadership, personal brand. Main symptoms: lack of money, lack of clients, lack of ability to be sustainable in capital and in client retention. Now, before we get to that problem, look at it like a problem pyramid. At the top of the pyramid, there's 2 questions. 2 questions at the top of the pyramid. What problem do you solve? What problem do you solve? And who do you serve? Solve and service. What problem do you solve and who do you serve? The lack of clarity in those 2 areas will lead to a lack of confidence, a lack of leadership, and lack of the ability to create a phenomenal personal brand. You ever seen a fish out of water? Ever seen a fish out of water? They kind of flip-flop. You don't want to be a flip-flopper when it comes to who you help and who you serve and how. So think about that. And here's another, let me say it this way. Who do you want to be a hero to? Who do you want to be a hero to? I can remember waking up on Saturday morning back when I was younger and watching cartoons, and I would see superheroes, super friends, Batman, Superman, Spider-Man. And I would see heroes and I would say, wow. And I would see all the people cheering the heroes as they defeated the villain. I would say to myself, I can't wait to be a hero for people, right? And as I grew older, I had children, and I said, boom, now I've got someone to be a hero for and to. My wife, I said, boom, I've got someone to be a hero and a superhero for. I've got someone to fly for. I've got someone to work for. I've got someone to learn for. I've got someone to lead for. Turn your why into a who. Who do you want to be a hero for? Now it has shifted a little bit. It's grown. Let me say that it's grown. So it starts like this. You want to grow for you. Then the next level is you want to grow for those closely connected to you. So the wife. Then one layer out, you and your wife have children. So now you have the you got to be right for you before you can be right for anyone else. Then the wife, then the children. What is the third or the fourth level of service? What is the third or the fourth level of who you want to be a hero to? The people that you serve or your community, your neighborhood. Now, before the internet was a thing, your neighborhood was maybe a 20 square mile radius outside of your home. If you walk 10 blocks outside of your home, you could just put a circle there. And that was your range of motion. That was how far you could impact. Now we have the internet. So the people that you can impact is much greater. So now it's not a situation of you help the person next door because everybody's next door. As long as you got a phone, everybody's next door. So now you have to be very clear about who specifically do you want to help? Who specifically do you want to be a hero for? And this requires thought. And this requires work. And this requires the one thing that is so hard for people to do. Anybody want to put that in the chat? What do you think the one thing that is most hard for people to do around this area? What's the one thing that's so hard for people to do? Okay, so we got growth for you, the ones connected to you, the people you serve in your community or in your neighborhood. Great. What is the one thing that's so hard for people to do in this area right here? Somebody's going to get this today. Somebody's going to get this today. I got change, I've got believe, and I've got take action. I've got be good to ourselves. That's not quite it. It's close, but not quite. So let me say this. You have to change to do it. You have to be able to believe to do it. And you've got to take action to do it. You've got to be good to yourself to be able to do it. But that's not quite it. That's not quite it. You want me to help you? Put a 2 in the chat if you want me to give you the answer. You have to change to be able to do it. You have to believe to be able to do it. You have to be able to take action to be able to do it. And you got to be good to yourself to be able to do it. But that's not quite it. Okay, you want help. You don't want the answers. Okay. I got 2 tools in the chat and somebody saying help, don't give us the answer. It requires discipline. It requires discipline. So that's the assistance piece. Okay, here's another one. It starts with the letter D. It starts with the letter D. And it's not determined. Okay, so it starts with the letter D. That's a hint. And it requires another letter D, which is discipline. I'm just going to give it to you. You must decide. Hey, Bobby, I see you, but it's not dedication. You have to decide. It's not develop. You have to decide. You need the discipline to make a decision, guys. You need the discipline to make a decision. I'm here because I made a decision. I'm here because I made a decision. Listen, you guys say, I don't have the discipline. The discipline will grow as long as you make the decision. The development will take place as long as you make the decision. The economy will grow as long as you make the decision. You have to make a decision first. So the question was, who do you want to be a hero for? Who do you serve? Who do you serve? The most important question in your business. Who do you serve? The next most important question in business is how do you help them? What problem do you solve? What problem do you solve? And who do you serve? If you have those two questions, you have the very beginning to an absolutely phenomenal business. For me, I made a decision. I'm going to serve entrepreneurs and business owners. I'm going to serve business owners and entrepreneurs. Why? Because I am one. So I know the problems here. I know the problems here. I know what happens. I know the energy. I know the feeling. Also, I'm a part of the community, right? So I look to my left, I've got nothing but entrepreneurs. I look to my right, I've got nothing but business owners. So I'm in the community. So I've got access to the people. I've got access, very important. I've got access, and I know the problem that you suffer with. I know the problem. I know all of the signs and all of the symptoms, and I know the harrowing problems that come with it. I'm connected. Write that word down, connected. Connected. Are you connected to the community that you serve? Are you connected to the community that you serve? And if you're not, there's a problem. That's not a small problem. That's a huge problem, because that's where your marketing takes place. Guys, I want you to just reflect on this during the break. Reflect on this during the break and make a decision. Make a decision. I don't care if you're on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. Make a decision, which is the one thing that most people cannot do. They can't do it. That's why they flip-flop like the fish. They flip-flop like the fish. And their content flip-flops. And their money flip-flops. And their client acquisition and retention flip-flops. Their entire business flip-flops. And you know what else? Before we go to the break, their life flip-flops too. Their life is up and down, topsy-turvy. So before we come back, I want you to make a decision. Who do you serve and what problem do you solve? Put it in the chat before we come back. Go ahead, Mr. B, take me out of here. Let's grow. It's very important that you know yourself to the highest degree possible, because it's through knowing ourselves that we're able to know other people. You are the most important person in the room, and the better that you know yourself, the better that you're able to communicate to others. So you're not only playing the game knowing who you are, but you're also playing the game knowing who everyone else is, so that you're not playing blind.
He's extremely engaging with people. He has a fantastic smile, and he's just very high energy person.
This is called leadership development. So we have to be independently knowledgeable and considerate to know who we are, so we can more effectively know who other people are. As the leader, it's your responsibility to allocate resources in the right places. If you don't know how to communicate effectively, you're losing the battle. The reason why I did this and what I do is help leaders to become brands and brand themselves. You train people how to treat you by how you treat yourself. I teach authenticity marketing. If people can take advantage of you, they will in your personal or professional existence.
My biggest takeaway just from day one is you are the brand. I would recommend it to anybody that's really looking to build a personal brand.
Just the brand in general has changed my life. I've grown so much since I've been a part of this.
I see myself in what he does, and I believe in it just as much as I believe in myself.
All right. So you heard me say, I serve leaders. I help leaders to become brands. I help leaders. It's obvious. It's obvious. I say you have, if you're my ideal client, you have the education, the experience, and the expertise. It's so easy for me to do that because I know who I serve. So when I look in the comments, I see comments, but I don't see the answer. So I asked you during the break to make a decision, to make the decision. This will be the most important decision of your business. Who do you serve? What problem do you solve? Super simple, super simple. Who do you serve? What problem do you solve? Okay, great. So Travis says, I help successful business owners grow their profits through options trading. Okay, now I want you to think. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to coach you real quick, and I want everybody else to pay attention. As a business owner, everyone doesn't know what options. Okay, so let me ask you this way. Who says that? Who talks like that? Who talks like that? Who talks like that? So if I'm a business owner and I want to grow my profits and I'm speaking to someone, I've never said, I want to grow my profits through options trading. Why? Because I might not even know what options trading is. There we go. Okay, so that's better. That's better. When you say successful business owners, every successful business owner does not know what options trading is. So your language is shooting towards the wrong target. And if you want successful business owners to get the message, then you can't use the language of the industry that they are unacquainted with, Travis. I want you to think. I want everybody to think. I'm coaching one person, but I want everybody to get it and see if it applies. You might want to help people who are unacquainted with the language of your specialization, but you're combining your ideal target market with your best information from your best industry, from all of your education, experience, and expertise, which your ideal client is unacquainted with. Somebody tells me about options trading, and I'm not a trader. You know what I'm going to say? They're trying to get my money. Very simple. It doesn't have anything to do with me. I don't understand it. That's not my language. That's not my language. So what am I going to do? Scroll on. Scroll on. I'm gone. I'm shut down. And I acquaint your brand or your face and your voice with the information that I don't understand. So the next time I see you, I'm going on. I'm going on. I'm going on. Right? Let me explain something to everybody here. It's extremely easy. It really is when you do this the right way. It's extremely easy to catch someone's interest. It's extremely easy to catch someone's interest. However, when you lose someone's interest, it's very hard to get that interest back. So you have to be very careful, very deliberate, very intentional about your messaging. Okay. Most people do not read higher than the 7th grade level. Most people do not read higher than the 7th grade level. They don't work hard to study and refine I love what Michelle says now. They don't work hard to know the jargon in your profession or your industry. Very simple. They don't work hard to know the industry jargon. That's you. You're in love with your industry jargon. You're in love with the science and the technology and the techniques and the frameworks and the phrases and the language of your thing. That's you. but it's not your ideal client. So what I would do, Travis, is simply say, I help business owners make more money. If you want to find out more, click the link below. Explosive profits. That's something that might resonate with a business owner. Explosive profits. Capital protection, and not capital, money. Protect your money. Protect your profit. We know the word profit, and we know the word money. When you start talking about options trading, I'm out of here. I'm out of here, right? So I want you to think, how are you losing your people? By trying to make yourself sound smart. How are you losing your people by making yourself sound smart? By trying to sound smart. Give me a second, let me stand up. Yeah, see, we seriously in the place, right? We seriously in the place. The motion will shut it down. We'll turn off the lights. We'll drop the mic in here. Listen, how are you helping your people by making it easy for them to do business with you? Stop making it hard. Stop making it hard. You're making it hard for your people to do business. So when I say CSA, clarify, simplify, and amplify, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about filtering. I'm talking about filtering all of your 10 years of education into making it very simplistic, so easy that a child could understand. Make more money. A child understands make more money, so an adult understands make more money. But you know what a child and many adults don't understand? Options trading. You know what's not sexy? Except to the people that are absolutely in love with options trading? Options trading. Nothing sounds absolutely phenomenal or attractive, except the people who trade options. Options trading. So think about how you're going to describe more elegantly, more excellently, and more elementary what you do and who you do it for. Because you got a decision. See, let me explain something real quick. So Travis made a decision. He made a decision, and it very well may be the right decision, but he used the wrong language. So business owners speak the language of profit, clients, money. Those are the three languages that business owners understand. Profits, money, right? Money and the profit. When you separate the two, the money you make is not the profit, but money, profits, and clients. That's what we understand. I'm in a room now. I see computers by HP, Brother, Apple. I'm on an Apple. You understand? I see Centus, one of those hand washing machines, and Dell. All of these different business models, they understand clients or customers, money, profits. You know what they don't understand? Options trading, unless that's what they do. So if you're trying to introduce something to new people and get new customers, you need to speak their language. And that's why I said, listen to me very closely. This is why I said, who do you serve? Because when you decide who you serve, you have to do research now. What language do they speak? What language do they speak? So if you're looking for a spouse and you say, I want a Spanish-speaking spouse, you know what you have to learn? Spanish. Mr. B, take me to a break right now. Just let that sit. Let that sit, guys. Think about it. Think about your languaging. Think about your messaging and how you're going to attract your ideal client. I don't talk theory. I don't talk hyperbole. I don't talk opinion. Nothing I talk is anything but evidence-based.
During the G-Circle retreat in Atlanta, I had the pleasure and the honor of listening to Mr. Shaan Rais He will not only impact your organization, but he will elevate your team to another level.
When you change you, when you put you into the equation, the whole system is different. I guarantee you, you got the right thing. You are the right person. If you can present yourself in the best way possible, there's no negotiation.
His energy is infectious, and I have so many takeaways from the presentation that I can't wait to get started and implement them today to see the result.
The reason why I did this and what I do is help leaders to become brands and brand themselves. You train people how to treat you by how you treat yourself. I teach authenticity marketing. If people can take advantage of you, they will in your personal or professional existence.
My biggest takeaway just from day one is you are the brand. I would recommend it to anybody that's really looking to build a personal brand.
Just the brand in general has changed my life. I've grown so much since I've been a part of this.
I see myself in what he does, and I believe in it just as much as I believe in myself.
All right, great. So I'm going to stick around. Yes. That's the language that we understand. That's the language of a desire, right? You got to tap into the higher aspire desire. Write those three words down. What is the higher aspire desire of your ideal market, your ideal client? What is their higher aspire desire? Because when you speak to the higher aspire desire, that helps people get on an escalator. It helps them reach. It helps them grow. How are you reaching? How are you growing? Right? So here we go. We're going to break this down a little bit more. Now we talk about growing profits through options trading. I want to ask Travis real quick, and I want everybody else to put their language through a filter. How could you describe options trading better? Because I understand growing profits, but I still don't understand options trading. What is another word that you could use? What is another framework that you could use? What is something that you could, it might even be a smoke screen, right? It might even be a smoke screen. So let me explain how this works, Travis, and everyone else. If you're beholden to the term options trading, then you need to become a beast in your marketing and in your education of your ideal client. Many times we don't want to have to educate too much in the beginning because it turns people off. Who likes education? Who likes to read? Unless you're like me, right? So most people are not like, okay, I want to learn what this is. Most people aren't like that. They want to know what it is before they buy it or before they come to a webinar, before they find out about it, before they trust anything or anybody. They want to know what they're trusting them for, right? So for me, when I started talking about personal branding, nobody knew what it was. When I said create a personal brand, when I said I help leaders become brands, they didn't get it. So watch this. What did I do? Very important, guys. It's $1 million statement. I said I help leaders become brands so they can make their yearly income monthly, their monthly income weekly, and their weekly income daily. I didn't say one thing. I didn't say two things. I said it 3 times. The brain catches patterns. The brain catches patterns, and you have to repetition deepens the impression. So when you say something 3 times, it's a different register. It's 3 levels of depth. I said, I help leaders become brands. Everybody was like, what is a brand? What does personal branding mean? What does he mean when he says brand? So I went on because I knew my ideal audience. I said, oh, they don't know what a brand is. So I said, I help leaders become brands so they can make their yearly income monthly, their monthly income weekly, and their weekly income daily. So that's the outcome. Guys, if you want the income, think and speak in outcomes. If you want the income, think and speak in outcomes. So what is the outcome and what does that look like? Let's see some more. Let's take some more comments. Okay. Okay, so he's trying to come to it. Okay. I help successful business owners protect and expand profits through creative vehicles. I don't know if the first one was better. I have to be honest. I don't know if options trading was better because who speaks like that? Travis, I'm not picking on you. I just want everybody to understand, and I want you to get it too, because when you get this, it's going to be so simple. But watch this. This is the hard part. I want you to understand that. Like the hard part is not learning what you know. You already know what you know. The hard part is communicating it to those who don't know. So Michelle D. Clark, right? Michelle D. Clark, Lift Nation. You see her all the time. You know what she does. High level of education, super high level of education, master's degrees, right? But watch this. That was the easy part. What most people think is the hard part is the easy part. That was the easy part. Going to school, showing up to school, going to test, doing the, I don't know if you did a dissertation or a project at the end. However, as hard as it was, as many years as it was, that was the easy part. The hard part is helping other people to understand what you do. Helping them to understand. That's the gap. And that's what creates, remember how we started this call? That's what creates the gaps in your confidence, your leadership, and your personal brand. The way it shows up is lack of money, lack of consistent money, lack of consistent clients. And you find yourself flip-flopping, saying, I'm going to do this instead, or I'm going to do this instead, or I'm going to do this instead, or I'm going to serve them instead, or I'm going to serve them instead. What I would say is if I'm doing options trading, my target market probably wouldn't be successful business owners. Not yet, because it's not starting where I am with people who understand my language. If I'm going to do options trading and I'm beholden to options trading, then I'm going to work with option traders. I'm going to figure out a way to do it better, a way to do it faster, a way to do it more phenomenally. And that's the community that I'm a part of. They understand my language. We all speak Japanese. We're all in Japan and we all speak Japanese. So when I start talking about options trading, I'm not speaking Himalayan to Japanese options traders. Now I'm speaking the language of money to them, and they get it, they understand it, and they want more of it. So just identify really who is your ideal client. Who do you serve? Who do you want to serve? And how do you want to serve them? Does that make sense, Travis? And I hope everybody else gets it. I hope everybody else benefits. If you think it doesn't apply to you because you don't do options trading, you're missing it. You're missing it. This is this is the key to your business. This is the key to your messaging. This is the key to your zeros. This is where your money comes from. Your money comes from connecting with the people who want what you have. And they understand it. Let me give you an example. I love fish. Anybody who knows me knows I love fish. I eat fish. Not all fish. I specifically love salmon. Let's say I go to a restaurant. And they have a specific word for salmon. Let's say their specific word for salmon is synonymoly. Synonymy. So they come to me and they say, Mr. Rais, we have the most phenomenal synonymy that you've ever seen. You know what I'm going to say? I definitely don't want any synonymy. I'm going to say, I don't know what that synonymy is, but get that. I say your synonymy is an anomaly. Bring me some. Listen, if there's no fish on the menu and all I see is synonymy, then I'm going to say, bring me some brown rice. That's okay. I'm fine. I don't eat anything else that's on the menu. I don't eat this. I don't eat this. I don't eat this. I don't eat this. Even though this is what I eat. Even though this is what I eat, I don't understand the way it's presented to me. It doesn't make sense. It's not recognizable. So I don't want it. And then if they try to explain it to me deeper, I'm going to be more resistant and say, listen, I don't really care what you're saying. I just know that I don't eat synonymy. So bring me some brown rice, please. And if that's not possible, then me and my party of 10 are going to be leaving with our $2,000-3,000 that you might have gotten. Do you understand? This is very important. They could have had clients and they could have had money. A lot of it, if they spoke my language. So you guys could have money and a lot of it if you spoke the right language. What I'm going to teach you in the brand you and add a 0 to your revenue challenge is the right language. That's what I'm going to teach you from next Monday, not this Monday, next Monday, the 24th to the 28th. I'm going to teach you the right language so you can connect with the right people. And then you can duplicate yourself and have people that speak the right language to the right people consistently so you can grow your business and make as much revenue as you want and have as much impact as you want and have as much freedom and independence as you want. So you can have as much travel and as much time as you want and do whatever it is that comes to your mind. That's freedom. And that's what my people, the people that I serve, want. More time, more money, which looks like more clients to serve, more impact, more income, and no restriction on their movement and no restriction on their time. My ideal client has education, experience, and expertise. And they respect my education, experience, and expertise. And they know that I use my education, experience, and expertise to help them acquire the independence, income, and impact that they desire. And if they don't have it yet, then that is called a higher aspire desire. Super simple. Super simple. More money, more clients, more time. Sum it all up, one word: freedom. What do they have to do? Sum it all up: brand you, not what you do. All right, guys, that's the light again. So I guess it's my time, right? Let me stay. That's my time. Listen, guys, this has been a phenomenal meeting. I hope you get it. I hope you got it. I hope you don't. But see, you're going to need this over and over again. You're going to need this over and over again because it doesn't happen so fast. So let's look at this. Let's look at this. Okay, let's look at this real quick. Travis says, I help real estate professionals protect and grow their profits with phenomenal ROIs. You know what I'm going to say? Now, the real estate professionals is phenomenal. That's good. That's real good. That's real good. I help real estate professionals. If that's who you want to serve, then by all means, keep that language. Keep that language. I help real estate professionals. Good. That part works. You know what they don't say, though? Protect and grow their profit. Who says that? With phenomenal ROIs. It sounds great. I get it because I understand the language. But real estate professionals probably want to make more money. Simplify it. Clarify it. Simplify it. And amplify it. Let's grow, guys. If you have not registered yet for that challenge, If you have not registered for the challenge yet, put that in your browser. Put the link, the ribbon on the bottom, put that in your browser. You will not be sorry. You will spend 5 days with yours truly, Shaan Rais, and we will help you get your language right so you can get your money right and you can get your clients right. Let's grow.